Matt.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Dillon Gray. If you could just introduce yourself for the camera real quick.
Matt.
Ariel.
Kimberly.
Brian.
Sandy. Becky.
If you've ever applied for a job or college admission, you have more than likely seen the questions, what is your ethnicity, or what is your race? Questions such as these are a direct result from a program called affirmative action. Affirmative action was a program created after the passing of the Civil Rights Act in 1964. The plan was created in order to increase representation of minorities in both education and employment. The idea was for employers and educators to give preferential treatment to minorities in order to make up for past discriminations and current disadvantages. If you took a snapshot of current diversity as opposed to diversity in 1964 when the program was implemented, it would seem clear that the program was a success. However, there is now concern that the program has outlived its usefulness and that its continued use could cause more problems. Today I will be highlighting some of these concerns in an effort to inform you about the controversy over the program. Among the top concerns about the program is that while in an effort to eliminate discrimination, it in fact creates it in the form of reverse discrimination. The concern is that an individual who works harder and is more qualified could be rejected simply because they are a member of the majority. Regardless of stereotypes, there are many minorities who fall in the middle and upper classes, just as there are many majority who fall below the poverty line. Now, because the program is based on race and not class, a white student or employee from a lower class who works hard and sets him or herself above their peers could be overlooked in lieu of a minority, even one from a higher class, simply because the applicant was white. For example, when Jennifer Gratz applied to the University of Michigan, she was rejected. Upon challenging the rejection, it was discovered that the University of Michigan used a point system. Applying students needed to reach a score of 100 in order to be accepted. Certain minorities were automatically given 20 points. To put that in comparison, a perfect SAT score only awarded 12 points. If the idea is to create advantages for those who are less advantaged, then perhaps a different method would be better. One proposed method is the implementation of class-based affirmative action instead of group-based. That would be changing the qualifications to be based on what class you fall in instead of which group or race. Another concern about affirmative action is what happens to an individual who is accepted into a school or position for which they are ill-equipped. For example, imagine a minor league athlete suddenly being called to play in the major leagues. Because their skill levels are not on par with the other players in the league, you can't reasonably expect them to excel. Now, that's not saying they can't excel, just that they are at a higher disadvantage. Prestigious schools and positions have high standards because succeeding at them is very difficult. So an organization is forced to lower its standards in order to achieve diversity, there's a good chance that some won't be able to keep up. A testament to this opinion is the low graduation rate of minorities, seeming to indicate that they are often in over their heads when accepted under standards modified by affirmative action. According to information gathered by the Chronicle of Higher Education in 1994, only 5% of Hispanic students entering UCLA at the time were accepted on the basis of academics alone. Another point of controversy is the belief that affirmative action is not only condescending, but also diminishes minority achievement by attributing success to the program instead of the hard work of the individual. The program could be viewed as condescending in the fact that by lowering standards for minorities, there's an implication that they cannot achieve success on their own. I'm certain that if you asked Oprah Winfrey, Ben Carson, or Ted Cruz, they would tell you they got to be where they are thanks to their hard work and determination, and this is probably true. But because of the presence of affirmative action, their accomplishments are lessened in the eyes of those who see their success as a result of special treatment. Even as far back as 1995, a Newsweek poll showed that 46% thought that whites were losing out because of affirmative action. It's beyond argument that affirmative action has been successful in its goals to boost diversity and provide opportunities for previously disadvantaged people. For example, according to New York Times, the percentage of blacks in managerial and technical jobs during affirmative action years has doubled. The argument now is that the program has outlived its usefulness and is creating more harm than good at this point. Thank you so much.